The Demon Slayer Hashira training arc is here, and like every season of Demon Slayer, this one starts out with a bang. Episode 1 starts out with a win in Snake Hashira, accompanied by 2 other Demon Slayer swordsmen. They chase a demon that's been kidnapping women from nearby villages and taking them to a castle tower to eat them, I'm guessing. Now this castle is swarming with demons, which is very abnormal for demons to cooperate and live together in large numbers like this. These demons, of course, was no match for Sanemi and Iguro. Even the low-ranked swordsman got a kill in. Iguro then told them to fall back because he and Sanemi were about to start using their breathing techniques and they'd just be getting in the way. Had they not been Hashira, a demon stronghold like this would have been far too much for them to handle by themselves. Shout out to Studio Ufotable, they killed it yet again. This entire episode, as all of Demon Slayer episodes have looked in recent years, was movie quality. There seemed to be no end to the demons, so they decided to split up. Iguro would take care of the remaining demons on the roof, while Sanemi would go and rescue the woman. After Sanemi sliced up the remaining foot soldiers, to save his own hide, the demon threw the woman off the roof. Thankfully, Iguro caught her. The demon then jumped off the other side of the roof and fell right into the Infinity Castle. It was crawling with all sorts of ghoulish demons. Thank goodness Muzan wasn't there at this time. Sanemi almost stabbed the demon, but when the door to the room he was in closed, the Infinity Castle disappeared. What a start to this new season. After fighting Upper Moon 4, Tanjiro was unconscious for 7 days, but he was now up, making a full recovery, and he had a ravenous appetite. He couldn't believe how strong the Upper Moons were, and he knew he'd have to get much stronger if he wanted to have a slither of a chance of beating a higher rank Upper Moon and Muzan himself. But Tanjiro is getting closer and closer to the level of a Hashira. The Hashira have a meeting that's led by Amane Ubuyashiki instead of Kagaya Ubuyashiki, because Kagaya's condition has gotten so bad he's no longer able to walk. They talk about Nezuko. She's the first demon in history to conquer the sun, but because of that, Muzan will stop at nothing to get his hands on her. After she conquered the sun, all sightings of demons considerably dropped, because Muzan is preparing for all-out war to capture Nezuko, which the Demon Slayers need to prepare for as well. For the Hashira to reach the next level of power, they'll need to awaken their Demon Slayer mark. In the Sengoku period, the swordsman of first breathing that almost defeated Muzan awakened his Demon Slayer mark, and those around him also awakened their marks as if they were resonating with him. The first person to awaken the mark in this generation was none other than Tanjiro. Then it was Muichiro, then Mitsuri. Now how Tanjiro explained how he awakened his mark was very peculiar. He explained it felt like pow and bam, and his stomach went clench, clench, clench. Mitsuri thankfully explained it a little bit better. She thought real hard about it and said her body felt extremely light, and then she felt her body go bam and then pow. Her heart went bubble, bubble, bubble. Her ears went ding and then ripple, ripple, ripple. Now from the looks of everybody's face, no one understood any of this. Luckily, Muichiro explained it the right way. Basically, your heart rate needs to be over 200 beats per minute and you have to have a temperature of 102 degrees. You could die by having your body in this state, but living and dying is actually the difference of if you awaken the mark or not. Zenitsu is bipolar as ever. One minute he's very happy, then after laying eyes on Nezuko and the sun, he's head over heels in love, talking about getting married to her and believe that he may actually die because she's so cute. Then he wants to kill Inosuke for teaching Nezuko how to say his name. Then he's trying to bite Tanjiro's head off for being so positive about the Hashira training program, and then he goes back to being in the most pleasant of moods after feeling needed when Tanjiro thanks Zenitsu for teaching him thunder breathing. Zenitsu is definitely the most polarizing character in the show. I did like what Tanjiro said though. The only reason he was able to defeat Upper Moon 4 was because Zenitsu taught him thunder breathing, showing that the connections you make with others can be what get you out of a jam. So Zenitsu shouldn't be so down about the training with the Hashira. Those trainings may be the very thing to save his life when fighting against the Upper Moons. So how this training regiment will go is, the Sound Hashira will boost the Demon Slayer swordsman's stamina. The Mist Hashira will put them through rapid movement training. Then it's flexibility training with the Love Hashira. Then the Snake Hashira takes over and tighten up their sword skills. Then the Wind Hashira trains them in the art of infinite slashes. And lastly, it's muscle amplification training with the Stone Hashira. This training regiment is as intense as it gets and will push all the swordsmen to their absolute limit. But when war is right around the corner, when the world as we know it hangs in the balance, yeah, I'd say everyone needs to be pushed to their absolute limit. This episode ends with one of Kaguya's messengers making contact with Miss Tamayo. Now the messenger is just a crow, but its deep voice and how it's perched on the windowsill, the crow just gave me the creeps. Miss Tamayo was very very good at hiding, but he was able to find her through human connection. He found the former owner that she bought the house she was staying in from, and he would also follow Yushiro around during the day. He asked Miss Tomoyo would she come to the Demon Slayer headquarters and work with the insect pillar to look into Nezuko's new condition. Miss Tomoyo couldn't believe Demon Slayers were summoning her, a demon, to go to the Demon Slayer headquarters. But to defeat Muzan, they would need all the help they can get. What a great episode. Outside of the first scene, it wasn't action-packed, but it was fun, hilarious, and highly entertaining. This episode did a great job of laying the groundwork for the much bigger things to come later this season and the next. And if this entire season covers the Hashira training arc, I'm a little nervous for the next season that'll cover the actual war. Demon Slayer has shown it isn't afraid of killing off characters, so I'm pretty sure everyone isn't gonna make it out of the next season alive. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.